guys, this is Alyssa Avant with the Virtual Assistant Advantage and Alyssa Avant and Company. And today I have my former intern, Jana, with me, and she's going to tell you a little bit about herself, first of all. And we're just going to talk about her journey into becoming a virtual assistant through my internship program.
Hi, I'm Jana. I currently live in Virginia. I am a wife, a mom, and a grandmom. I have some fascinating things. I am a beekeeper. We have 2 cats, and I've been searching for something to do since I was an empty nester, and I ended up falling into this because I was wanting to start a blog. And every time I tried to start something, people would start emailing me, I'm a virtual assistant. I can help you do this. And I was going, that's what I'm doing. No.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just fell into it. So that's a little bit about me.
That's neat because I think we really, honestly, in my life experience, the things I fell into have been the most enjoyable and lucrative and all the things. So that's fun.
Yes.
So, what led you to apply for the internship and how was your experience?
Okay. Again, everyone was like, "Oh, you can be a virtual assistant." I started looking up virtual assistant stuff, started trying to learn more things and everything because I really did feel extremely technology challenged. And everyone's going, "Oh no, you already have those skills. You need to, oh, if you can cut and paste, you can do this and you can do that." And it was like, "Hey, you're setting up a blog on your own. These are things you can do." And I'm still thinking, no. And then I got on several VA websites, and it was, I want to say last September or so, one of the VAs on there recommended your Serving in Spirit conference. I think that's what it was
Yes, I did
called.
that last May.
Yes. And so I got that, and I was like, wow, okay, this is very interesting. But a lot of the VAs, some of their comments and stuff seem very intimidating to me. And so I thought, maybe if I get something where I've got someone over mentoring me, an internship, perfect.
Yes,
I
exactly.
tried, I tried, I got to do it, and it was extremely enjoyable. You were a wonderful mentor, patient. I thought the first day I was going to get fired, but and I learned so much, built up my confidence, and have started branching out, speaking up more, saying more. So the internship, it did quite a few things for me. I learned more about the technology. I learned entirely new things that I never thought, hey, virtual assistants do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and built my confidence to get me out there a little bit, because I'll admit, I'm the introvert of introverts, but it's allowed me to feel a little more confident putting my
Right.
services out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did a great job. And I do remember that first day. And it's funny because everybody's first day seems to be like that. Like technology, like I got a new intern and her first day was last Tuesday. And technology did not like her and didn't let her log into things and all this stuff. And so I think that's just the way that it happens. And I still
Yes.
experience that on first days with clients. Sometimes that happens. So I think it's just all a part of the process for sure. So you took the Virtual Assistant Advantage course, and how did that course help prepare you to serve in your role?
Um, the instruction was great. Again, there was certain things that I was ending up following along doing, and it ended up showing me again different ways. You had in the one session was a LinkedIn challenge. I was like, okay, I've been on LinkedIn. I'm like, I really didn't know anything about it. And even while in the internship, you had me doing stuff on LinkedIn. So I was like, okay, that was very interesting. So that kind of played along. Sharing different things, sharing your own experience also helped me a little bit. But I also love the fact trying to touch on various programs, exploring different avenues. it really did open my eyes to a lot of things. In all honesty, when I started out on my VA venture, I thought VA strictly were managing emails, managing calendars, and handling customer complaints. That's
Yeah.
all I thought VA services were. And by taking your course, even in the conference, I learned, wow, there's this whole big thing out there that I don't have to be customer service. I have to have customer service skills, but I don't have to be dealing with angry people or stuff like that, that
No.
there is so many different avenues out there. And it was wonderful seeing it from your perspective. And again, that getting started, no, you can do this, you can do that. It doesn't all have to be, because I was thinking, wow, it was a very wonderful opportunity in expanding my horizons to see what all is out there available.
Yes, absolutely. So I always tell people there is this umbrella, if you will, of okay, this is a virtual assistant, but under that, if you think about all the different things that could be possible under that, it's everything under the sun. And I've been trying to count how many interns I have had, and unless I miss somebody, this intern that I currently have is number 25.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was talking with one of my interns this morning. It was 2 interns ago. She is actually exploring bookkeeping now. And my current bookkeeper is my intern from years ago. And I know that she has been my intern about 4 years ago because we have been working together and her being my bookkeeper for 4 years. So she did the internship. She chose bookkeeping as her area of specialization and she became my bookkeeper, and she still does that to this day. So there are so many different areas or specializations that you can choose based on your skill set and what you enjoy doing. I have an intern that she and I became really good friends. We're accountability partners now. Her name is Trisha, and her area of expertise is podcasts. And so she does show notes for podcasters. And so that's what she does. And there's so many different ones. So you just got to find out what works for you and focus on what you love and your skill set.
Yes, I was going to say, I think you were the first one in speaking of
Yes,
niching
yeah,
down and stuff.
niching
And I was
down.
like, okay, what do you niche down if you only do emails or something like that? So again, it was that first term of creating your niche.
Yes,
You showed that in your course.
exactly. And that's so important. One of the things that I think is neat that in the last couple of years has changed for me is that I have started working and having a team. So in June or July of 2023, my first intern became a team member, and now there are 3 paid team members and 2 former interns who are waiting basically to be on the team if the need comes around. And so, what did you think about working with a team?
I didn't interact a lot with the team. But you did put team posts out there and everything. It was neat because I felt like, okay, again, I can't mess this up. I'm letting the team down. I have to do my part because that's what the team does. We each have our own little part and we have to not let you down and keep you going and make sure you're able to do what you need to do. And that was my biggest thing. The other thing was it was so wonderful. You were so lucky because I do have those moments going, I got a question, and you throw it out there on the team thing, and then you get 3, 4, 5 answers and stuff to be able to go, oh, okay. I think that was also fun to be able to thinking, okay, I can throw out an answer there. You can take it. You didn't have to, but it was so neat that you had that team support,
Right.
knowing what they do and everything, to be able to throw a question out there, or I got a problem, what do you think about this? That it was really neat that everyone could put their little piece in to help you even
And I
further. So
like that because, sometimes I get as the person in charge, it feels, oh, I have a kind of a weight on my shoulders. And so a lot of times I might be looking at it one way, but I could ask the team and they might look at what the client said a different way or have a different solution to the client's problem that I might not have thought of. So that I really enjoy having a team, and all of my team members are very unique in that regard. They all have different skills, different personalities, and to me, that's what makes it unique and helpful.
Yes.
So I really that's the way that I plan to continue to build my business is through internships and then giving those people the opportunity to become team members if all goes well and they are able to complete the internship and everything. Because I have had some over the 25 that I've almost had that chose not to complete the internship or when they were finished chose to go on about their way. I didn't always have a team. But anyhow, so, do you think that you have grown as an intern over the past 3 months that you have been or as a VA over the past couple of months that you've been an intern?
Oh, yes. Again, confidence. That's my big word there.
Yeah, yeah.
Confidence.
That is great because I think the confidence thing is probably the hardest thing to gain. And so, if you're able to gain, that's wonderful to do. And what would you give advice to another woman who is trying to start their journey to become a VA?
Overcoming that fear, taking that leap. I'm older. My skill sets have always been in childcare, pet care industry. I ran child cares. I taught other child care providers. So it felt like my skill set was something different. But in doing the internship, even though I was scared to death to put myself out there to go do the things, I did them. I learned so much about things that I was like, I really want to try to do this. I really want to do this now. And I think it was even you. It was like you told me, and I wrote it down. I should have put it in front of me because it was like everything you want is on the other side of fear.
That's
I think
right.
was yeah, and
That's
it
one of
was
my favorite quotes because I get
exactly
that. I get stuck in my fear a lot.
absolutely. So that would be my advice. Try to come out of the box, leap over that hurdle, and overcome that fear and do it.
That's right. Absolutely. Great advice. So, where do you see yourself in the virtual assistant field in the future?
I would like to, as I've been learning how to build a website, build a blog, I would honestly, the things that I did for you, social media management, repurposing content, the organizing, planning out, those kind of things. I would like to continue to do those things, showcase my skills, and start getting clients and put myself out there a little more. That's
Right.
that
Yeah, that's
fear.
key.
Okay, I'm like, what if somebody says no or whatever? But getting myself out there a little bit more and continue building on the foundation you gave me as an internship. In my internship, I really did enjoy those things, the podcasting, the blogging, the learning search engine optimization, those kind of things, learning how to market for courses or podcasts and all this other stuff. I would really like to do this for others in my VA work.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, I love that. So, what's one surprising thing that you learned about yourself through this process?
Confidence and that technology is not as scary as I thought.
Yeah.
Because again, I learned again, every time something came up, I was like, what does that term mean? What does this, and all these things. And I did notice on VA groups and stuff, these people come on and ask a program of what's
Yeah.
this? I am absolutely astounded by the amount of programs and apps there are to assist VAs in just about everything.
Everything. It can get overwhelming with how many there are,
It
actually.
really is. And I was just like, fiberglass, yeah, that was the one big thing that, it almost felt that, okay, if I'm going to do this, I have to build it from scratch, reinventing the wheel,
Right.
but learning that there are so many things out there to assist you to make your life easier that no, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
just out there, learn what they do and you can go from there. So yeah, for me, it was learning that technology is not as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. I thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview this morning and for being my intern because you did a great job and I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
getting to know you and building a friendship with you. And so I thank you.
Thank you. Again, I think in your internship, I got so much more than I feel I gave to you. So that I do appreciate. Thank you so much.